By now, Rattler Nation, you probably know the heartbreaking news. FAMU's stellar season is over at 9-2 and not losing a single game past Labor Day. Florida A&M finds itself on the outside looking in of the FCS playoff. It's a tough pill to swallow with a whole lot of questions and oh so few answers.
You want to make sure you're managing your schedule, and by managing it, meaning winning ideally all of your games. And we're looking at the number of Division I wins that you have. They certainly had an opportunity against Jackson State as a data point this year for the committee to look at, and we did.
Words from FCS Playoff Committee Chair Jermaine Trow about Florida A&M's omission from the 2022 playoff. Words that rang hollow through Rattler Nation, as recently blown out 7-4 Montana and loser of 4 of its last 6 Delaware found themselves in the field of 24. Words that Coach Willie Simmons says are just that, just words.
I think it's hyperbole, it's a way to justify what they wanted to do from the get-go, and that's deny a team from the SWAC an opportunity to go to the FCS playoffs. There are other teams in the field who had embarrassing losses.
The Rattlers overcame an 0-2 start full of strife on and off the field to win 9 straight and secure the second best record in the SWAC behind top 10 undefeated Jackson State, and yet will have no postseason appearance to show for it.
After 2 losses, we turned around and regrouped and played as good a ball as anybody in the country, in my opinion, right? And so I just, if that doesn't mean anything, then I think we really need to consider what our place really is in the grand scheme of the FCS playoff system.
A system that Simmons says in a level of football supposedly without quote-unquote power conferences needs to reckon with itself, or at least be honest.
I do think there either needs to be a distinction made between what's considered a power conference and FCS, or just flat out say it. It's win the conference or bust for teams in the MEAC or SWAC. In those other conferences, you just finish middle of the pack, win 6 games, 7 games, and you're in the playoffs. You have a chance to extend your season. And I just don't see how that system is justified in anyone's mind.
But no matter if the system does change in the future, it does nothing to extend the career of a senior class, with stars like Xavier Smith and Isaiah Land, who believe they earned the right to play for a national title.
To have the opportunity stripped away from them really hurts me, and that was probably the biggest takeaway. It was just the disappointment in the kids for knowing that they've done what they needed to do.